Okay, Tuesday, 13th of February 2024. So, success leaves clues. Important, interesting life lesson to understand there. Because also the opposite could be true as well. Defeat leaves clues. Okay, we'll get on to that. Success leaves clues is an interesting idea because we want to achieve, if you want to achieve X, so let's say relationship, have a good relationship, we want to find people who have got already a good relationship. Makes sense. Whose advice are you going to take more, more seriously, more to heart, or you're going to listen to more? The person who has, a marriage of 30 years on relationships versus the person who's on his third divorce. Now, interestingly, we can learn from both of them. We can learn what to do, success leaves clues, and what not to do, defeat leaves clues. Do this, the chances are, probably do this, depending on survivorship bias, because what worked for him might not work for you, and likewise, chances are don't do this, but then again, what didn't work for him might not work for you as well. So it's interesting, like double negative, double positive, but it's worth understanding. The chances are do this, don't do that. So you want to achieve, a good relationship. Listen to this person, but don't listen to him. But then the opposite, a similar thing could be true. You want to be rich, but this one's poor and this one's multimillionaire. So listen to him what to do with money, but don't listen to him what to do with money. But listen to him about relationships, but not him about relationships. Interesting. So we have to find these people in life, no doubt they're everywhere, of what to do, what not to do, based on their experiences, based on their successes and defeats, relationship and money, and other things, health, achievements or travel or languages, you name it, businesses, you name it, confidence, any aspect you want, health, wealth, love and happiness. Like he's happy, but he's not. So what is he doing to be happy and what's he not doing to be happy? The chances are don't do that, and the chances are do this. Makes sense. So success leaves clues. So that means then we want to be careful who we listen to and whose advice we get. Oh, this person says, a relationship requires X, Y, Z. Fair enough. But then you look behind the scenes and, he's on his second divorce. There we are. This other person says other stuff, but he's on his, a successful marriage. Therefore, listen to him. So success really does leave clues. However, as I said earlier, there's one little interesting aspect to consider. Survivorship bias. Survivorship bias, meaning what worked for other people might not necessarily work for you. And vice versa. So whenever you take some advice from someone, even in a successful relationship, let's say, there's always an element there of survivorship bias. He's telling you what worked for him in the context of his life experience, his age, generation, society, culture, time, finances, everything. Doesn't necessarily mean that advice will translate and be applicable to you. The chances are it would, because if he says, a relationship requires, let's say, trust, the chances are, because it's so broad and it's rather simplistic but quite fundamental, the chances are it's going to be applicable in no matter what scenario. But the more specific the advice becomes, the more specific it is to him because he's talking from his own experience. Now, you could also say, well, he got it from other people and he learned it from other people, but still, he's cherry picking from other people, third parties, other people, and combining it into his experiences and actions and getting results, which means then it might still work for you as well. Because again, the principle is success leaves clues. You want to run a marathon, so run as fast as you can. The idea, that's fairly good, fairly simplistic, broad, very widely applicable advice. Don't run at all or walk very slow. You're going to be there all day. See what I mean? Very simplistic, but very, very wide appeal, very broad appeal, very broadly applicable. So success leaves clues. We want to find these people in life, mentors, these people who we can learn from, friends and family, but, we're not going to have all the people we know will have perfect different aspects of life that we can copy from. This one over here is marriage, great relationship and money and lifestyle and health and all the rest. You want to learn as many as possible. Podcasts, books, videos, interviews, the obscure corners of say, YouTube, these TEDx talks I got barely any few thousand views, or like talks at Google, or even great book I have over here, Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, and 4 Hour Work Week, the same guy behind 4 Hour Work Week, things like that. So we want to be like a who, even ChatGPT, as I said before a few times already. We want to be like a Hoover, taking in as much information and data as possible and learning from as many people as possible to figure out what's best, what could be best for us. So we'll take advice from both of these people, the relationship one, 20 years of marriage, third divorce. Take as much we can from both of them, asking questions, being humble, being curious, humble especially, being curious. And then we take all that advice and we compare it to our own experiences, our own lifestyle, what will and what work for us, what we've seen, what we've experienced, what we've heard, what we've done, and say, right, well, I like all this advice here. I like what he said, but this advice, this specific thing over here, I like that, but the rest is like, no way, I don't like that, no. But this is interesting. I'll take a little bit of that. I'll take a lot of this. I'll combine it together and I'll come up with my own strategy, come up with my own ideas and concepts and principles to work on and abide by. Makes sense. So success leaves clues. And these people who have been successful in different aspects of life, we want to focus on that. There's this great idea in Confucianism about copying the master, copying the person at the top of the pyramid or top of the leaderboard, because it makes sense. Again, what worked for him, the chances are it worked for everyone else. This is why a lot of industries and businesses will look at the leader in one industry, copy them, apply the principles, what they did, the design, techniques, whatever else, and apply it on a wide basis. If it worked for him or for them and got them to the top, then the chances are it'll work for other people as well. And that's how you start to see where everyone copies the leader, and then their competitive edge becomes less and less. It dwindles because everyone's doing what they're doing. Now they just had the first mover advantage, but point still stands. If it's working, then the chances are it'll work for you too. So it's worth understanding that in life. Looking at people and different aspects of their lives and saying, right, this person's got a great relationship, but bad finances. So whenever he talks about relationships, pay extra special attention. But when he talks about finances, the chances are, it's not going to be very good. But the opposite could be true for this person over here. Bad relationship, amazing finances. There's all these nuances of life that are worth understanding, appreciating, and taking in and applying in our own lives. Why? To have a better life. I don't need to explain that to you, but point still stands. Success leaves clues. And now think about it. I'm quite confident indeed that Tony Robbins said that quote. Fair enough. Okay. So success leaves clues, and so does defeats. So otherwise, you will see me tomorrow.